Ahoy from BA! This is a Rorschach Ocean update from the 24th of September 2024, a summary of what's going down in the 70% surface of the Earth covered in salt water. A recent study published on Friday the 20th in the journal Frontiers in Marine Science highlights how Saharan dust, rich in iron, becomes more biologically usable as it crosses the Atlantic Ocean. Iron, a crucial element for life processes like photosynthesis, often limits productivity in marine ecosystems. However, researchers discovered that as Saharan dust travels westward, the dust's iron content changes chemically, making it easier for marine organisms to use. By analyzing ocean floor sediments, the team found that dust farther from the Sahara has less bioreactive iron, making it easier for marine organisms to absorb. Still in the Atlantic, medical waste, including items like syringes and pill bottles, has mysteriously washed up on beaches across Delaware, Maryland, and Virginia, bringing officials to close popular mid-Atlantic beaches like Assateague Island, Dewey Beach, and Ocean City. The source of the waste is under investigation. The Delaware Department of Natural Resources is monitoring the situation and urging beachgoers to exercise caution. Visitors are advised to avoid the water, wear closed-toe shoes, and report any waste they encounter along the shoreline. It is unknown when swimming will be allowed. In other news, according to a new study published in the journal Geophysical Research Letters on Thursday the 19th, data from deep ocean robots called Deep Argo floats reveals parts of the deep ocean regions are warming by 0.002 to 0.004 degrees Celsius or 32 Fahrenheit annually. Deep Argo floats, first launched in 2014, collect crucial data on ocean temperature and salinity, helping scientists refine climate models and better forecast sea level rise, extreme weather, and climate change impacts. The oceanographer Greg Johnson led the research, which improved the understanding of deep ocean warming, particularly in areas like Antarctica and Greenland, which are key for predicting climate shifts. Speaking of Antarctica, scientists warn that the Thwaites Glacier, nicknamed the Doomsday Glacier, is set to retreat faster, leading to significant sea level rise. On Friday the 20th, the research from the International Thwaites Glacier Collaboration reported on its website that the glacier's collapse could cause sea levels to rise by up to 3 meters, endangering coastal communities. Melting is accelerating as warm ocean water flows beneath the glacier, eroding protective ridges that slow ice flow into the sea. Experts link the glacier's deterioration to climate change, which has altered wind patterns and ocean currents around Antarctica. Without intervention, the Doomsday Glacier could vanish by the 23rd century. From one pole to the other, Russian military forces announced the successful transfer of 2 nuclear submarines under Arctic ice, traveling from the Barents Sea to the Pacific Ocean as part of the Ocean 2024 drills, which we talked about last week. The submarines included the ballistic missile submarine Imperator Alexander III, which can carry up to 16 missiles, and the cruise missile submarine Krasnoyarsk, equipped with 32 vertical launch tubes for various missiles. They traveled over 4,000 nautical miles through 6 Arctic seas, emphasizing rising tensions between Russia and the US in the region. More about the Arctic, as a recent Greenpeace report published on Friday the 20th warns that Norway's plans for deep-sea mining in the Arctic threaten to cause irreversible damage to biodiversity in the region. The report explains how deep-sea mining would directly disrupt habitats and species in a diverse and fragile ecosystem. It specifically mentions dangerous impacts such as habitat destruction, altered food webs, and pollution. Researchers even note the abundance of unique marine life, including various shrimp, jellyfish, and whales in the proposed mining areas. Greenpeace emphasizes that Norway, despite its commitment to sustainable ocean management, risks prioritizing profit over environmental protection and highlights the need for urgent political action to halt these initiatives before they begin. Speaking of deep-sea mining, on Wednesday the 18th, hundreds of Cook Islanders and tourists gathered for a peaceful demonstration in Avarua Harbor, demanding a halt to deep-sea mining. The environmental group Ocean Ancestors organized the event, which included traditional cultural performances and banners advocating for ocean conservation. Mark Brown, the Prime Minister but also the Minister for Seabed Minerals, acknowledged the protesters' concerns, but he rejected calls for a moratorium, emphasizing the need for continued research and exploration to inform decisions based on scientific evidence rather than ideology. Let's sail to the Pacific Ocean. Marine biologists and oceanographers have identified the mysterious sounds in the Pacific Ocean, called biotwangs, as vocalizations of bright whales, thanks to a new AI app developed by Google. The sounds puzzled scientists for over 10 years. According to a study published in the journal Frontiers in Marine Science on Wednesday the 18th, researchers from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration and Oregon State University confirmed the source by combining visual sightings with acoustic recordings. The use of AI and deep learning allowed them to trace the biotwangs across various specific locations and uncover seasonal patterns in whale migration. On another note, commanders of the Indian Navy have decided to enhance combat capabilities in the Indian Ocean, addressing China's increased presence in the region. This decision followed a 4-day Naval Commanders' Conference, which ended on Friday the 20th, where the Navy Chief Admiral Dinesh K. Tripathi stressed the importance of maritime security, coastal defense, and synergy with other maritime agencies. The Navy plans to focus on combat readiness and self-reliance, with 64 ships and submarines currently under construction. Rajnath Singh, the defense minister, emphasized the need for vigilance and acknowledged India's growing role in the Indian Ocean. In some updates on the Red Sea, according to research from Lloyd's List and Sea Intelligence, Houthi attacks on vessels have caused an 85% drop in port calls and a 66% decline in Suez Canal traffic. As we talked about in previous shows, shipping companies, including giants like Maersk, have diverted vessels around Africa, resulting in increased transit times, operational costs, and port congestion. The Houthis have carried out over 85 attacks since November last year, citing support for Gaza as a reason for their actions. The disruption has significantly affected trade flows and reduced Egypt's Suez Canal revenues by 50%. From the Red to the Black Sea, the Permanent Court of Arbitration in The Hague has started hearings on Ukraine's lawsuit against Russia, filed in 2016 over violations in the Black Sea, the Sea of Azov, and the Kerch Strait following Russia's annexation of Crimea. Ukraine accuses Russia of illegally exploiting natural resources, blocking access to Ukrainian ports, and controlling key waterways. Russia says that this case falls outside the UN Convention on the Law of the Sea and is an indirect attempt to challenge Crimea's sovereignty. Closing statements are expected in early October, with most proceedings kept confidential. Let's have a quick look into the Mediterranean Sea. Alparslan Bayraktar, Turkey's Minister of Energy, announced plans to resume drilling operations in the eastern Mediterranean. Bayraktar revealed that Turkey currently conducts 9 deep-water drilling operations, including areas south of Cyprus, despite facing challenges from foreign companies concerned about disrupted zones. He highlighted that these pressures have led Turkey to develop its capabilities independently. And to close this edition, some news about the Panama Canal. José Raúl Mulino, the Panamanian president, has launched the construction of Panama's first underwater transport tunnel, a major part of Metro Line 3. The tunnel, 63% complete, will connect western Panama with the capital, running beneath the Panama Canal. Using a German-made tunnel boring machine, the project will excavate 4.5 kilometers, almost 3 miles under the canal. Metro Line 3, spanning 24.5 kilometers, more than 15 miles, is expected to transport up to 200,000 passengers daily, improving public transport with 12 stations and 26 trains. And that's it for this week. Thanks for sticking around for this episode of the Rorschach Ocean Update. If you've got questions, thoughts, or just want to say hi, reach out at info@rorschach.com. Don't forget to hit subscribe on your favorite podcast app. Also, we are taking a short break, but we'll be back on the 8th of October. See you!